Damn, son. Frank Lampard's signature looks like a penis. No, seriously, look at this. Look at... Penis. That's hilarious. Well, what can I say? Hudson River Blue is members only. British penis signatures aside, today we really need to talk about America, specifically the legal battle between the U.S. Soccer Federation and the members of the World Cup champion women's national team. What's in question is the legality of a memorandum of understanding in place since 2013 to continue working under the players' collective bargaining agreement that technically expired the previous year. The players maintain that the memorandum isn't a real CBA. U.S. Soccer, unfortunately, is suddenly in a rush to get the courts to rule on the matter and keep the memorandum in place for another 11 months, although no such timetable appears in the actual document. But, of course, the Federation didn't even start complaining about this until the World Cup winners' victory tour came to a close 2 weeks ago, and suddenly they won an expedited judgment to keep the players from negotiating an actual deal. This labor mess needs to be added to the fact that women's soccer is put in harm's way totally unnecessarily by being forced to play a disproportionate number of matches on turf fields compared to the men, not to mention the tremendous pay discrepancy that still remains no matter how many times our ladies win big. It's no stretch to say that we're dealing with the kind of institutionalized inequality that probably isn't going to end unless we blow everything up. Now, what do I mean by that? The president of U.S. Soccer is Sunil Gulati. He's a nice guy. He sits on the FIFA Executive Committee, which is essentially the brain trust for one of the most financially corrupt and egregiously anti-feminist organizations in the history of modern culture. And if you've ever heard him speak, Sunil Gulati, he's not one to raise hell or draw much attention to himself. In other words, he's probably not the guy who's going to do much to fix this and do right by the best international soccer team in the world, the U.S. women. They need to divorce themselves from this federation and from FIFA. Think about it. Men's and women's pro tennis tours are run by different organizations. Same goes for golf. Explain to me why the U.S. women need these feckless governing bodies' permissions to play. The men's team just played a friendly the other day. It wasn't even sanctioned as a FIFA International Day. If the U.S. women left the federation and left FIFA, although it would be unprecedented and many would consider it illegal, you can't tell me the host of other soccer nations with strong women's teams wouldn't follow. America is the center of the women's soccer universe. I could imagine many of the top nations in Western Europe and Northern Europe coming along for the ride to start. The only way to cure the disease, as opposed to simply treating the symptoms after the fact, is to form a new governing body that rightly celebrates the awesome force that is the women's game. Seriously, put Abby Wambach in charge, and then get out of the fucking way.